You might remember we spent some time in St. Louis talking to Kim Gardner, who is the St. Louis Circuit Attorney. Republicans have been attacking her viciously since she was elected, even while she got re-elected. Now the Attorney General of Missouri is giving her an ultimatum saying, resign or I'm going to fire you. Is all because of a tragic accident involving a teenage volleyball player and a man who they say should have been behind bars. They're blaming Kim Gardner and her office for that man being out and driving around. Now, here's the backstory. Tennessee volleyball player Janae Edmondson was in St. Louis participating in the volleyball tournament when she was hit by a car in an accident caused by 21-year-old Daniel Riley. He's had dozens of bond violations. He faces multiple charges related to the crash, including second-degree assault, 2 counts of fourth-degree assault, armed criminal action, and operating a vehicle without a license. Now, what has happened is folks have been complaining, saying that it's the fault of Gardner's office that this guy was not actually behind bars. Her office is fighting back. You even have the mayor of St. Louis, Tashara Jones, saying that the people have lost confidence in Kim Gardner's ability to lead the office. And so here you have the black female mayor, Democrat, Republicans hitting her. She's catching it from different sides. Now for this exclusive, Kim Gardner joins us right now. Kim, glad to have you back on the show. So your office has put out a statement, several statements on social media laying out facts behind the case. And so how have your critics arrived at blaming your office for this guy being out? What y'all put out is like, we don't control what the judge does. So what's going on here?
That's a good question. This was a surprise to my office to actually be blamed for something that is a criminal process that the prosecutors do not control. So this is something that's, to me, is shocking, but at the same time, we know what it is. This is a politically motivated attack by the unelected attorney general and the actual governor who from day one, since he's been in office, has tried to take my duties as the elected prosecutor in the city of St. Louis.
So, first of all, what authority does he have to, quote, fire you? You're elected.
Well, that's the problem. You know, right now in Missouri, we're participating what is called voter suppression. We want to push voter suppression laws in the state legislature. Originally, they have a House Bill 301 that has made it out the House that basically gives the governor the ability to appoint a special prosecutor in all cases as murder first, robbery first, armed criminal action, assault first, and other violent criminal acts. And this special prosecutor will be appointed to have exclusive jurisdiction in the city of St. Louis. And there's many individuals who are championing this because, of course, we want to blame the violent crime of the city of St. Louis on the first African-American elected prosecutor, which is, as we know, a problem.
Now, this sounds familiar to Baltimore, where Marilyn Mosby was being attacked constantly by the governor there when it came to doing the exact same thing, appointing a prosecutor to take over cases in her office.
Yes, it's a tactic of actually around the country where you have individuals who, like myself, who consider themselves innovative-minded prosecutors. People like to say we're progressive prosecutors in terms of we like to pursue justice, not merely convictions. But at the same time, we like to have what's called evidence. And we have individuals like the unelected AG in Missouri who like to speak about the rule of law. You know, it's unfortunate that last week, this office, first time in history, helped exonerate a man who was wrongfully convicted by the St. Louis Metropolitan Police Department in this jurisdiction through a prosecutor that in my office that the judge found was totally innocent. But now we want to talk about the rule of law and how I cannot handle this office. This is nothing more than a political ploy of the unelected attorney general, who, by the way, follows the Trump rhetoric that has been based in Missouri for a very long time.
So it's interesting. So now they want to change the law to control your office. The governor appoints a board that controls the police department only in Kansas City. I thought Republicans believed in local control and hated big government and Big Brother.
Well, I agree. Local control is only for certain jurisdictions, and that's not in urban areas that I represent. You know, the will of the people who elected me 2 times should not have a voice per the AG as well as the governor. And the rhetoric they're using is they have a moral obligation to follow the rule of law. This same AG and his office that he's taken basically wanted to prosecute to the fullest and uphold the finality of a wrongful conviction for 28 plus years. So one has to say, what is going on in St. Louis? What is going on in the state of Missouri? What is going on is voter suppression. It's about the people in the city of St. Louis having the right to vote their elected officials, like the prosecutor, by election. The election is coming up in 2024. Why is it that the attorney general, as well as the governor, want to use this tactic? Well, I know why, because I've been elected twice. And the possibility of the people having a voice, that causes them some great fear.
So when the mayor says you lost the confidence of the people, but you've been reelected.
You know, I'm not going to talk about the mayor. What I'm going to talk about is for some individuals who chose on this case to have willful ignorance of the criminal justice system and to actually say that I control every part of the criminal justice system, even the bond of a judge and a GPS monitoring situation of this individual that caused the unfortunate tragedy of this young lady, Miss Janae Edmondson. That is simply false information. And it's the continual attacks of the status quo, tough on crime rhetoric that has, one, been the actual issue in this state and across other states.
So in the statement that your office put out, y'all talked about y'all asked for a bond revocation. The judge denied that. A continuance, the judge denied that. And so I'm curious, for all the people out here who are complaining, why are they not complaining about this judge? Is this judge elected? What's going on here? Why the targeting of your office? And again, not the judge who's ruled against requests from your office.
It's interesting you say that, Roland. I'm the only elected official in the criminal justice system. The judges are appointed in this jurisdiction. The police chief is appointed by the mayor in this jurisdiction. The public safety director is appointed by the mayor in this jurisdiction. So it's funny how me, the prosecutor, the only elected official, the only voice of the people, is being targeted in this situation.
What is next? First of all, what is this individual here? Where is he? Is he in jail? What's next when it comes to the case, but also what is next when it comes to this battle between you and Missouri Attorney General?
Well, first of all, the man is held right now with no bond because he has other charges that we charge in this case, in this unfortunate incident with Miss Janae Edmondson. But what's next is the Attorney General used a quo warranto, which in the history of this office has never been used. The last time this has been attempted has been in the 1970s. This is a very unclear process that the Attorney General, who is unelected himself, will try to remove me from my position and have the governor appoint another prosecutor. This is setting a dangerous precedent that when another elected official has questions about another elected official's job, they are able to use tactics to remove them from office. Last time I checked, we have a process called elections. And why is Missouri so afraid of having the people of the city of St. Louis elect their prosecutor? Well, we know why.
Wow. A whole lot going on there in St. Louis. And as I said, you have been under a constant assault from forces since you were elected. surely keep us abreast what happens next there in St. Louis. And it's not just you, also
Can I say one?
Black
Can I say one
progressive
thing?
female. Yes, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Can I say one thing? I just want to also say, it's interesting that the biggest critic has been the police union. And this is also started by the police union of St. Louis that from day one has even stated that I should be removed from office by force or someone taking me out in a violent way. So the police union, along with the Ethical Society of Police, which are made up of a group of Black police officers, have decided that they will support one appointment of a special prosecutor, as well as taking them out of local control under state control. This is a very serious situation that's going on in Missouri, but it's about the people of the city of St. Louis having an individual in this office that they elect. It's also about the money that they will spend creating this kind of, shadow prosecutor's office, because they're going to take serious violent cases. And they're also, when you think about the cases they're trying to take, we're like number one in officer involved shootings. So those cases are also murders. So that's what this is really about. This is about an individual getting into this office who is controlled by the governor that will rubber stamp these investigations and justify most of the officer involved shooting cases, which, that they need to be investigated and reviewed by my office. So this is an attempt for the police union and others who want to continue the status quo to usurp the people's voice.
All right, folks, back to our Roland Mark Unfiltered video in just one moment. When you talk about blackness and what happens in Black culture, we're about covering these things that matter to us, speaking to our issues and concerns.
This is a genuine people-powered movement.
There's a lot of stuff that we're not getting. You get it, and you spread the word.
We wish to plead our own cause. Too long have others spoken for us. We cannot tell our own story if we can't pay for it. This is about covering us. Invest in Black-owned media. Your dollars matter. We don't have to keep asking them to cover our stuff. So please support us in what we do, folks. We want to hit 2,000 people, $50 this month, raise $100,000. We're behind 100,000, so we want to hit that. Y'all money makes this possible. Checks and money orders go to P.O. Box 57196, Washington, D.C. 20037-0196. The Cash App is $RM Unfiltered. PayPal is R Martin Unfiltered. Venmo is RM Unfiltered. Zelle is Roland at RolandSMartin.com.